Welcome back. I'm Calvin Statue Fanatic here with another review, and this is going to be the first review of 2020. Happy New Year to all you guys. Thank you for coming back and joining me again. Looking forward to this new year coming up. We've got a lot of things on the docket planned. It's going to be exciting. My family over at MCE, we're going to be hooking up a few times this year, so that is really exciting. But let's get started with this first review. This is a review of a character called Magik. She's mostly associated with the X-Men, and interestingly enough, she's actually the sister of Colossus, and her first appearance was in Giant X-Men #1. There is an interesting background to this character, so I'll let you guys do that because I am not as well versed when it comes to this character. However, that's why fan art seems to be very popular, is because characters like this may not typically get made as much from bigger companies. So you'll have something like this where there's a smaller run of a statue like this where there's only 50 of them made in the entire world, making them highly desirable, highly collectible items, and sometimes quite expensive. Now, again, you notice that she's already out of the box because I'm not doing an unboxing. Those things seem to those things are so nerve-wracking for me. So I'm going to refer you again to my brother from another mother, George Medina over at MCE. Check out that on YouTube. He does a phenomenal unboxing of this character, goes through everything that was in the packaging, how she was packaged, all that kind of great stuff. And he does a pretty good review of her too. So please check George out. This is just going to be my impression of this statue. And because it's not a character that I'm really familiar with, I'm really excited about it because I actually like it a lot, more so because of the art. I mean, she just looks absolutely amazing. So let's just do it once around so you can kind of see what she looks like. And I'll do some other pictures so you can get some close-ups as well. But she's holding a sword here with some flames on the end of it. And it also comes with another sword that you can switch out that doesn't have the flames on the end. And she also has a different portrait too. She's also known as Darkchild, and I think this is her form as Darkchild. I'm not sure. So I'm pretty sure people who are really fans of the X-Men that have read the story arcs that she appeared in are much more versed than that. But as you can see, she's a very beautiful character. I love the pose. It's more of a museum pose where she's just standing, showing how badass she is. There's really no action going on here. The flames are coming out from the sword. But as you look at her, one thing that has impressed me, this is the second time that I have actually reviewed one of these pieces from this company, Angry Monkey. And what has really impressed me is just how well these pieces are painted and shaded. I mean, the paint applications on this just looks absolutely stunning. The colors look vibrant. And they pop. I love the way that her outfit is painted. In fact, the shading on her outfit where the folds and the creases are look really awesome, where you can just see shadowing there. The gold tones on the armor that she's wearing look really awesome as well. I mean, I can see hardly any, pretty much no paint defects or anything like that on the armor plate, the gold, and these black lines that are painted in there look really awesome too. So overall, the piece is painted really well. The same thing with the sword and the muted type paint job here. You can see where it's flamed here with this resin here, and then you can see here where it kind of is heating up the entire sword there. And on camera, the lights may be making this a little bit white and it doesn't show the color as accurately as I'd like it to, so I definitely will have some pictures up there. And then let's take a look at her portrait here. Very beautiful portrait. Even the one with the horns coming out of her head, very beautiful. Lots of detail on that. The paint application around her eyes and the lipstick is spot on in my opinion. Around her eyes too, look really awesome. She has this kind of white over, like she's in this trance as she is actually using her powers. The white in her eyes is painted really nicely as well. And her skin tone, like it. Again, like on camera here, it might be a little bit too blown out. I can't really tell. I'm looking at the monitor now and it looks okay, but you never know until you actually film this. And I'll try to do some color grading if it doesn't come out too well. But overall, it looks great. And then on her boots and her arm, you can see these circles there. Made to be looks like some type of gold metal, but it's actually painted and sculpted. The paint is really well done, very neat, very precise, because there's very little areas here that there could be a lot of mess, and a lot of sloppiness if a lot of attention to detail wasn't paid to this. And so I think this one here, this edition, this is only 65 of these made, and this was, I think, 40 of 65. So that's a very, very limited run, making this item probably difficult to get. Back to the statue here, the armor that she's wearing on her arm with the spikes that are coming out, that looks awesome. Just an overall beautiful piece. The base, this is kind of, it may be classic. This is the second piece that I've reviewed from Angry Monkey, like I said. And the base on this one looks a lot like the Superman base. So maybe this is just their trademark of how they make bases, because the Superman back here has the S on it. And I really like the Superman. And then this one has kind of the same motif with the Phoenix symbol there on the front of it. Her hair, love the flow of the hair, the flow of the outfit, looks great. Now, as far as the portrait is concerned, like I said, she comes with a different portrait. Be careful, take that off. And I'll put the second portrait on her. And you can see she's extremely beautiful. The portrait is really awesome. Lipstick, everything painted very, 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 very nicely. Now, statues always make me a little nervous with the switch out, so I'm gonna try to be very, very careful and change the sword on here, because this sword has a tip that comes off here. This little piece there, and the sword, very carefully, you can slide it out of her hands. Want to be very careful there. And then you can take the second sword without the flame. It's shaded and painted really awesome. It looks more like metal here, like you can see there where it's all brushed metal looking, and has the leather type strap on the end. So I'm gonna slide that. I mean, when you line it up, it goes straight in. You just got to be careful, as with most statues. They definitely give me a little heart palpitations there when I'm trying to do these things, especially on camera. Perfect time for things to go wrong, right? The sword looks great here. This is the portrait. I think this portrait goes with this sword without the horns. So if it's your statue, you can do anything you want with it. I'm just saying that's kind of how it probably, the intended artistry of it was supposed to be met. And the base here, the rocks on the base, a lot of sculpting and detail in that. That looks awesome. Now, the breastplate, one thing that I will definitely encourage you to watch George's unboxing again, so that you make sure that you put it together really, in the right way. There is one thing, like when you take the head sculpt off, you might want to put this breastplate on with the magnet on before you put the head sculpt on, because I found I did it the opposite way, and I found that was probably not the best way to do it. I almost did something I didn't want to do there. But here you have it. This is Magik, also known as Darkchild, the sister of Colossus. First appearance, X-Men Giant Size #1, produced by Angry Monkey. Let me know what you guys think about fan art, you name it. My first experience, like I told you guys before, wasn't the greatest experience, but these pieces, the second piece that I reviewed from Angry Monkey, man, they've just come out highly, highly cool, productive quality. It looks just like any other statue you would get, in my opinion. As far as any flaws with it, I didn't find any flaws, nothing like that. I will say this again, I see the base, and it may be like I was saying back here, it is their signature base, the way they do this, but I'm not a real fan of the glossy base there. But other than that, it is what it is. It doesn't take away from the statue, just my take on it. Well, that concludes the first review of 2020. Love to just have a conversation about this piece, so leave comments down below. And remember to always collect what you like and not the hype. Until next time, my friends, peace.